get it's personal. Better watch it's gonna get it's personal. Better watch your back. It's gonna get personal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third day of the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championship. And what a day it is! The 93s and the 105. The whole day is going to build up the intensity until the A flight takes place at 4 in the afternoon. We're starting off the day with the 93s C group and B group. Two groups, one being 9 lifters and the second one being 10 lifters. Is going to be pretty easy to follow with this flight only being 93s. Starting out right now with the first opener of the day, 225 for the Slovenian Jaka Pikl. Openers ranging from 225 to 280 already in the C group of the 93s. And that first squat of the day is going to be ruled a good lift. 3 white lights for Jaka Pikl. Next out is Matej Salic from Croatia. 237.5 for his first squat.
Bar is loaded.
Bar is loaded. As just announced, our speaker for this flight, Mr. Razem Ivan, who you've heard on stream yesterday. Pretty explosive squat. 3 white lights, a good lift.
240 kilos on the bar for Rudy starts. To be followed by Morales.
And for those who've missed it, yesterday Mr. Ade Omisakin hit the highest good lift points so far of this competition, 116. But we have some great lifting to go today. And I think the 93s and the 105s are going to be looking at pushing the best lifter position. Now bar is loaded for Rudy Stark from Slovenia, 240. Pretty comfortable opener, 3 white lights, a good lift.
250 on the bar for Colin Morales.
Let's add 10 more kilos on the bar for Colin Morales from Switzerland. Make it 250.
Followed by Asing and Asena. The bar is loaded.
That first squat is so important. You really need to find your groove. Do not rush your routine. Repeat what you've been doing all year long in training. That's a great opener. 3 white lights. A good lift for the Swiss.
255 kilos.
Yellow plates and collars on. 255 for Daniel Emil Using from Denmark. opening 15 kilos away
Bar
of his
is
personal best
loaded.
squat of 270. That might only be one jump. He makes great use of that high bar positioning. 3 white lights, a good lift.
257.5 on the bar for Harrison Asena, followed by Glenn.
Let's take a peek at that replay. You can see he stands upright under that bar and pushes to lock it out.
Bar is loaded.
257.5 for the Icelandic Harrison Asena. Not the most comfortable walkout. We'll see what happens with the weights. That looked better than the walkout. 3 white lights it is. A good lift. 3 more openers to go for the C group. We have Soren Glet Madsen from Denmark, 257.5, the same weight as Harrison Asena. Three white lights, a good lift. That looked like a well-optimized squat. Remember, when we talk about depth, we're looking for the hip crease to go below the top part of the knee. And this is just what he does. You don't get any extra points for going deeper, so you might not want to make the job harder for yourself. Now on to Maxim Skirkin from Ukraine, 260. Great opener, 3 white lights, a good lift for the Ukrainian. And the last one to open for the 93C group is Estonian. It is Margus Silbom, 280. He's been competing 30 years, is 49 years young in the Masters 1. Looking to push the youngins today. Bit of a cemented eccentric. And 2-1, a no lift. A yellow from the left hand side referee and a red card from the right hand side referee. I'm not so sure what that yellow was for, but surely that red is for lack of depth. Wasn't deep enough. Second round of squat for the C group starts now with Jaka Pikol. A 10 kilo jump from 225 to 235. That's only 5 kilos shy of his personal best of 240. Three white lights, a good lift. He could be pacing to match his personal best, maybe beat it by 2.5. See what happens in the third round of squats. Next lifter out for a 12.5 kilo jump is Rudy Stark from Slovenia. He's looking to go from 240 to 252.5. Bar is loaded. The end positioning in the squat is so important, yet so different from lifters to lifters. This is a pretty wide grip, but he still creates a lot of tension in his back, and it works well for him. 3 white lights, 8 good lifts. You really want to create a lot of tension in your upper back, and you don't want that tension just to be a residue of your end positioning. You really want to be focused on activating your upper back to resist the weight. Now bar is loaded for Maciej Salic from Croatia, 252.5. Pretty big jump, 20 kilos. And that almost looked like top end strength, but 3 white lights, a good lift. I'm just not so sure where you go from there. And he makes a sign to his coach that he might be done for squats today. We'll see what he loads up. He has a few minutes to rest before his third attempt. Now a 12.5 kilo jump for Colin Morales from Switzerland, from 250 to 262.5. It surely slowed down, but it looks like he has more in the tank. 3 white lights, a solid second attempt. And we can really see different techniques from different types of lifters. Here he uses heels, so a bit of a platform shoe with the heels elevated. A different center of gravity. And he makes great use of it. Another lifter that uses heels, but lower ones this time. It is really up to personal preferences, and you need to adapt the shoe to your levers to create the best squat technique possible. Let's see what Daniel Emiliusen can do with 267.5. It's more of a grinder, but this is usually what you expect of a high bar positioning. 3 white lights, a good lift. Now it is up to the coach and athlete duo to decide what do you do after this. And the more you work with your coach, the more he knows you and makes the better choices in competition. Now into the Icelandic Arisana 270, 12.5 kilo jump for 5 kilo personal best. And we've talked about hand positioning. This is the widest of the widest. But still you can see that back all tensed up. And that is a great squat. A new personal best for Arisana 3 white lights, a good lift. And there's still room for improvement. Next lifter out, Maxim Skirkin from Ukraine, 272.5. And that 12.5 kilo jump seems to be popular for the 93C group. His opener was lightning fast. Expecting this one to move pretty well also. Another deep and fast squat for Maxim. 3 white lights, a good lift. Same weight for Soren Gledmadsen from Denmark, but a bigger jump. 15 kilos. Majority of the lifters of this 93C group are squatting in heels. Unusual trend for the bigger weight classes, but it seems to be working well for them. Still a very optimized squat for Soren Gledmadsen. 2 to 1, a good lift, but this time he gets a call for lack of depth on the left hip. But keep in mind that it is very possible for a lifter to be a bit asymmetrical and for one hip to be lower than the other one. So the referees are calling it as they see. But for now, the lift will stand. The jury seems to be happy with it. The last lifter yet to be on the board is Margus Silbom. He's reattempting 280 after missing it for depth on his first attempt. Looking for correction and adjustments to be made. He's the most experienced of the bunch, 30 years competing. From my side, it looked the same. We'll see what happens. 2 to 1, a good lift. Still one red card from the left hand side referee. This is the angle you see on the replay. I think you can make a case for that squat to be high and deep. The jury is going to argue, but I think the lift will stand. Third round of squat start now with Jaka Pikl, 242.5, 7.5 kilo jump for 2.5 kilo personal best. wondering whether he'll match or beat his personal best. He's looking to beat it right now. Maintain that tension and fight through it. And that is a nice third attempt from Jaka Pico. 3 white lights, a new personal best on the international scene. Nicely done. A 7.5 kilo jump for Rudy Stark from Slovenia from 252.5 to 260 for a nice personal best of 2.5 kilos. He's only been competing 3 years, already on one of the biggest stages of powerlifting, the European Open Classic Powerlifting Championship here in Malaga, Spain. That looked just like his second attempt. 3 white lights, a good lift. He went the conservative route, but he had more in the attempt for sure. Congrats on that great squat event. 3 for 3. 6 more squats in the C group.
Bar is loaded.
We have Colin Morales from Switzerland looking to take a shot at 270. 7.5 kilo jump. Just 1 kilo shy of his Swiss record of 271.
Attempts to change your openers.
It was not here today, unfortunately. No lift. Let's take a peek at that replay, but I think it was a case of strength here. Yeah, I think it was.
The bar is loaded.
Bars loaded now for Daniel Emil Hussein from Denmark. A 5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Can he grind out a third high bar squat? Himself and his coach seem to think that it is the case. Come on, show us a fight, Daniel. Big brace. And stand up. He tried, it was not here today. But he's safe, thanks to our great team of spotters. They've been so great since the beginning of the championship. Huge thanks to the Spanish loading crew. Keeping our lifters safe and being so fast-paced and predictable. Next out for a massive personal best is Haisan Asena from Iceland. He already beat his personal best on his second attempt, looking to improve by 7.5 more kilos. Impressive. It's more of a fight, but it might be there. Come on. It was indeed there. 3 white lights right on the money for Haisan Asena. And if a fly would have landed on that bar, it would not have gone up. But no fly here. Congrats. Great new personal best for the Icelandic lifter. And now for the same weight on the platform, Soren Gert Madsen from Denmark. 5 kilo jump for a 5 kilo personal best. And some Danish love in the crowd for this morning's session. It's great to see a support crew showing up, even for a CMB group. Keep in mind that this is still elite level. Wow, very impressive from Soren. Very impressive. 3 white lights. No red card this time and a new personal best. And he has every right to be happy with that one. That was a great third attempt. 2 more squats to go in the C group before we jump right into the B group. We have 280 lined up for Maxim Skirkin from Ukraine. 7.5 kilo jump. He's been looking great so far. And he gets it. 3 white lights, a good lift. Congrats on a nice 3 for 3 in the squad event to the Ukrainian. And now for what would be a European Master 1 record in the squad event, the Estonian Margus Silbom 292.5. He needs to make it convincing. You don't want the jury to intervene on that one. Please get 3 white lights. Margus Silbom, 12.5 kilo jump for a European Master 1 record. This is where the experience needs to kick in for the Estonian. This won't be a case of strength. He has it for sure. It's more of a matter of standards and meeting the expectations of the referees. European Master 1 record attempt. Strength was there. How about the lights? 3 white lights, a new European Master 1 record to close out the 93 C group. Congrats to the Estonian for that new record. That was already some great squat action in the C group. And like I've said, the intensity is going to build up all throughout the day because we will jump right into the B group right now. And later on at 4 in the afternoon, we will see the A group scrap it out to see who gets the gold medal in the squad event for the 93s. But for the time being, Margus Silbom leading the class. We have openers ranging from 247.5 to 285 in the B group. And the first one out is Valentino Mas from Croatia. And this is really what you want out of an opener. 3 white lights, a good lift, very speedy, no troubles whatsoever. Great way to build confidence. Great choice. Even on the replay, it looks fast. Looking to open now is Thomas Jost from Austria, 255. Back-to-back speedy openers. 2-1, a good lift. He still gets a red card for his left hip not being low enough for the right hand side referee, and the jury immediately overrules. You can see on the replay that it might have looked borderline, so no lift for Thomas Jost. It was so easy. It begs the question of, do we bump the second attempt anyway, or do we retake it? In that case, I think I would maybe bump up a bit, 10 kilos. We'll see. Now on the platform is Alexander Carlson from Iceland, 260s opener. And like I've mentioned, Thomas Jost has opted to go up 10 kilos anywhere after missing his opener. A wider stance for the Icelandic lifter. And a great opener. 3 white lights. Remember, when the referees on the platform are unanimous, the jury cannot intervene. Looking to open with the same weight is the Italian Luigi Barone. That bar looks light for him as he unracks it. And it is indeed pretty light. How about the standards? This is what I was expecting. Unfortunately, no lift, lack of depth from the front and the right hand side referee. He looks surprised, but on the replay it looks pretty clear. No lift for Luigi Barone. 10 more kilos for the Portuguese Bruno Santos. Bar is loaded. It's nice to see more and more Portuguese on the EPF scene. Not so sure what happened with his hips kicking back, but it looked fast. 3 white lights, a good lift. We'll have a look at the replay. It seems good until then, and then he snapped his knees backwards, kicking back his hips a bit, but just might have been too light. We'll see. Same weight for Aaron Blackmore from Ireland. Another solid openers. 3 white lights, a good lift. This is really what you want out of an opener, just getting into the swing of things. Getting a feel for the platform, the crowd, the referees. And then looking to build the total in the squad events. 3 more openers to go. We have Tamás Temesvári from Hungary, 275. He's been competing 16 years. And he's only 34 years young. Time to set the tone with that opener. I think he might have just lost tension at the bottom there.
Unfortunately,
Hopefully he's not
the
injured.
complete
He looks to be perfectly fine in terms of walkout of the platform.
of Ireland
Let's see
goes
what
to
happened on the
280
replay.
kilos,
There is where
followed
he
by
lost
Belak,
it.
then Maras.
Hopefully he can regain during the second round of
Bar
squats.
is loaded.
But for the time being, he's not on the board. Cian Madden from Ireland, 280. He has a massive PB of 308. Expecting this one's to move. Comfortable walkout. Oh yeah,
There's three white lines.
he's on. He's on. 3 white lights, a good lift.
5 kilos on the line for Jakub Belak, followed by Maras and Joost.
And now the young sensation Jakub Belak, the Slovakian, opening with 285. He recently broke every sub-junior record, now just a junior, 19 years old. He's only been competing 3 years. He really is a sensation. And good luck. Fist bumps with the spotters right before opening with 285. The biggest opener of the 93 so far. With the A group yet to squat. We'll see that later on in the afternoon at 4 on Eurosport. And Jakob is on today. 2 to 1, a good lift. And I think that might just be a case of a lifter that looks pretty bad from the front. We'll have a look at the replay.
265 on the bar for Valentino Maras, followed by Joost and Barone.
I'll take a look at the jury to see what
Bar
they want to
is
do with that
loaded.
squat. And the squat is overruled. No lift for Jakub Belak. He'll need to retake that squat to be on the board. 3 lifters yet to be on the board. Make it 4 now with Jakub in this B group of the 93s. Interesting storylines. But for the time being, it is still Margus Silbrom, the Estonian, leading the class with his 292.5, his European Master 1 record. Second round starts now with Valentino Maras, 265. It's a 17.5 kilo jump onto his opener. But to be fair, that opener was really comfortable. And that still was comfortable. Waiting on the lights. One is up. The second one's up. It's gonna be a good lift. I see 2 white flags. So as expected, a good lift.
There's 3 white lines in the 2D.
Next lifter out is Thomas Jost.
The bar is loaded.
His opener was very comfortable, but just a bit too high. He decided to go up 10 kilos anyway. Make it 265 for his second attempt. He just needs to sink it a bit more. It was not very, very high. Slight adjustments to be made for him to be on the board. Was that deep enough? This time, yes it was. 3 white lights. And is on the board with that 265. Down to Luigi Barone from Italy. 267.5. Also opting to jump up a few kilos after missing his opener for depth. And for him, it's more of a big adjustment. His first squat was very high, but was it a case of training habit or first squat nerves? The answer in just a few seconds for Luigi Barone. That surely looks deeper. 3 white lights, a good lift. He's on the board. It's nice to see. We might see a bigger jump now for Luigi Barone.
Bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Alexander Karasan from Iceland. 275, just 5 kilos shy of his personal best of 280. Slightly slower than his opener, but that is to be expected for a second attempt. He gets a red card from the left-hand side referee for lack of depth. You can see that it looks a bit asymmetrical from that side on the replay. He got a white, but unfortunately the jury has overruled. It will be ruled a no lift for the Icelandic. Tamas Temesvari, the Hungarian, retaking 275 after losing tension at the bottom. This will give us an idea of what happened during his first attempt. Tension maintained. Bit of work for what was supposed to be an opener, but is on the board 2-1, a good lift. A blue light from the left hand side referee. In the squat events, blue light can be for multiple reasons. One would be downwards movement on the way up, which I don't think is the case here on the plea plate. Or it could be for lack of lockout of the knees or the hips. I'm not so sure this is what happened here, and the jury seems to be happy with that squat. Bruno Santos from Portugal, 285, a 15 kilo jump. Technique looked better, and the squat overall looked better. 3 white lights for the Portuguese, making easy work of that 50 kilo jump. Now the last lifter yet to be on the board is the young sensation Jakub Belak from Slovakia, retaking 285. You just need to make it a bit more convincing. That was not a case of strength by any means. That same routine, same hand placement. Let's go, time to be on the board, Jakob. I'm not going to speak for the referees, but yes, this time he's on the board. 3 white lights. What is he going to load up for us in the third round? I'm hoping for a nice and round number of 300. But for now, two more squats to go in the second round of the 93B group. We have two Irish lifters back to back, Alan Blackmore and Cian Madden. 285 for Alan. What can you say? Still pretty easy. 3 white lights, a good lift. Hoping for the same outcome from his fellow Irish lifter, Cian Madden. A 15 kilo jump from 280 to 295. His opener was very fast to say the least. And considering his best squat is 308, I'm expecting the same outcome with that 295. Yes, he's still maintaining that great technique, great speed. 3 white lights, a good lift. And as we would have said with the million stream, load it up, come on. We want to see some great squat in that third round. And I already see 2 300 attempts loaded for both Bruno Santos and Aaron Blackmore. So as we speak, in the lead, it is the Irish Cian Madden, followed by Margus Silban from the C group, and right behind him Bruno Santos with one more attempt to go. We'll see. This squat ranking could be shaken up all day long with the A group taking place at 4 in the afternoon. For now, the third attempt, of Valentino Maras from Croatia, 275, a 10 kilo jump. He's been looking comfortable so far. And that's still a great squat. 3 white lights, a good lift. 9 white lights in the squat event for him. Great outing in the squat event. Now Thomas Jost, 277.5. Probably what was scheduled to be more of a second attempt. Especially judging by his personal best of 290.5. And he had to take it somewhat of a lighter second attempt because he missed his opener for depth. And saying yes on the way up. 3 white lights for Thomas Jost. A good lift. Now a 10 kilo jump for Luigi Barone from Italy. He went from a miss 260 to a very convincing 267.5. Now looking to improve his squat by 10 kilos. Adjusting the only piece of equipment you're allowed to adjust on the platform, the belt. Big brace. Yeah, that could have been a second attempt for Luigi Barone. 3 white lights, a good lift. It makes you wonder what could have happened if he had his opener. Six more squats to go in that 93B group. Next lifter out is the Icelandic Alexander Karason, looking to match his personal best of 280 after his second attempt was overturned for lack of depth. That squat is gonna go down and up. You might as well want to make it count. You need to be convincing, Alexander. It looks just like his second attempt. That left it is a bit higher up, but this time 3 white lights. A unanimous
Stays on the bar.
good lift.
Thomas Tenesvari, followed by Bilak and Santos. The bar is loaded.
Bars now loaded for Tamas Temisferrari from Hungary. He hasn't had the best day in the squat event. He missed his opener, completely lost tension at the bottom, regained and got his second attempt. But it was quite hard, so a smaller jump of 5 kilos. But this one looks better. Unfortunately, it did look better and easier because it wasn't deep enough. No lift for the Hungarian. As expected, the coach is rushing to the jury to try and see if she can make a case for that squat. And the jury seemed to think that it was only parallel, not deep enough. Time for the third squat of the young sensation Jakub Belak, 19 years old, competing with the best of the 93s in Europe, aiming at a 295 kilo squat. That would be a 10 kilo personal best. He's made stellar improvements from competition to competition. And this one doesn't seem to be an exception. The trend keeps on going for Jakub. Time to prove with that third squat. And there was no doubt on that squat. 3 white lights for Jakub Belok. Very hard to count him out. He for sure is the future of the class. So young and so strong. Very excited to see what he has in store for us today in the last 2 lifts. 3 more squats to go. All at least 300 kilos, and the first one out is Bruno Santos from Portugal. Back-to-back 15 kilo jumps. .300 is such a milestone. It's making count on the international platform for Bruno Santos. All smiles for Bruno Santos. 3 white lights, a good lift. He gets his 300 kilo squat. And he's already thanking the referees. Great sportsmanship out of the Portuguese. Now, same weight for Aaron Blackmore. Same weight, same jump. Back-to-back 15 kilo jumps. No technique breakdown, and he's able to push. 3 white lights, a good lift for Aaron Blackmore. 3 for 3 in the squat event. Congratulations, nicely done. Let's close out the group of the 93 We have Cian Madden, 307.5, just 500 grams shy of his Irish record of 308. He's been so good. If he can maintain his technique, he's going to be able to make this one move. Let's see it, Cian. Oh yeah, he had more in the tank. Some great squat action from the Irish, Cian Madden. This wraps up the 93C and B group. So for the time being, we have the Irish, Cian Madden in the lead. But keep in mind that we have some massive squatters in the 93A group taking place at 4 in the afternoon. We will now be heading into a quick 10-minute break before bench rest. See you in 10 minutes. Back in action here at the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championship in Malaga, Spain. My name is Alexandre Nodin and I am pleased to be your host today for this 93 CMB group flight. Squats done. We'll be kicking off things with the bench press. Openers ranging from 145 to 175 in the C group. These guys have been looking strong, looking to beat the odds and maybe climb into the top 10 of this 93 kilo class. First one to open, Colin Morales from Switzerland. Bars loaded. And for those of you watching at home, maybe not that familiar to powerlifting, this white powder you can see on his back is chalk. It is to create some friction in between him and the bench, create more stability, just to be able to push even more. Three white lights, a good lift.
Next with 147.5 will be followed by Speaker and Glenn Madsen. Bar is loaded.
Next out is Matija Salic from Croatia, 147.5. And the TC is retaining him for now because he needs to adjust his wrist wraps before stepping onto the platform. As mentioned during the squat events, only the belt is allowed to be adjusted on the platform. Two to one, a good lift. I think he might have met the command here. Otherwise, I don't know what that yellow could be for, because yellows in the bench press event signal technical fouls, so that could be for one of the points of contacts moving or lifting off the bench, feet moving on, and the head lifting. So, not so sure what that was there. Probably the command. 152.5 for Jaka Pikol from Slovenia. Great opener. Three white lights, a good lift.
155 on the bar for Soren Glenn Madsen, followed by Silvan and Sitting. Bar is loaded.
Now it is 155 for Soren Glenn Madsen from Denmark. Another solid opener, three white lights, a good lift. Now looking to open in the bench press event is the lifter who's fresh off a European Master 1 record in the squat event, Margus Silbaum from Estonia, 160. And that will be ruled a no lift. Multiple fouls signaled by the referees. Lack of depth for that red card,
usually indicate
and
that
2 yellows.
lifting of some kind. Maxim is lifting going for 165. The
On the
bar is
replay, that
loaded.
left elbow looked a bit high,
Followed
and
by
those
Artem
yellows could
and
have been
Asina.
for the butt lifting off the bench or missing the command. So he's yet to be on the board. Now setting up on the bench is Maxim Skirkin from Ukraine, 165. He's had a great outing in the squad events, going 3 for 3, ending up on 280. And it's a good lift for his bench opener.
157.5 kilos going on the bar for Daniel Emil Usin, followed by Asina.
3 more openers to go. We have Daniel Emil
loaded.
Using from Denmark, 167.5. And that looks super easy for Daniel Emil. Obviously a good lift.
10 kilos on the bar for Harrison Asina, followed by Sarah Salic. The bar is loaded.
Now a man that surprised us by beating his registered best squat by 15 kilos, the Icelandic Harrison Asena, opening with 170. And his feet slipped up while rocking the bar. And I'm pretty surprised as to what happened there.
He did not get the start command.
I think he never got the start command.
175 on the bar for Ruben
Oh yeah, because
Starts. Our final
his butt
automatic
was
of
way
the
up in the
session.
air. This is why he did
Bar
not
is
receive the command.
loaded.
I'm not so sure how he didn't feel that. Now on the platform is really Stark, the Slovenian, 175. Solid opener. So two lifters yes to be on the board. Harrison Asena and Marcus Silbaum. Two massive squatters struggling with their bench press openers. So for the time being, it is Rudy Stark in the lead with yet for the B and A group to perform a bench press. 5 kilo jump from Maciej Salic from Croatia from 147.5 to 152.5. Three white lights, a good lift. Same weight but a bigger jump from 145 to 152.5 for Colin Morales from Switzerland. 3 white lights, a good lift.
160 kilos on the bar for Jaka Pieter, followed by Silvan and Glenn Madsen.
7.5 kilo jump for Jaka Peter from Slovenia. This wants to match his personal best of 160.
Bar is loaded. I'm Jaka.
And this moves well for our match personal best. A good lift.
160 kilos on the bar for Margus Silbaum. The bar is loaded.
Now the Estonian record man
Followed by Glenn Madsen
in the
and
squad event for the
Silvan.
Masters 1. Margus Silbaum looking to retake 160. He has multiple adjustments to be made. Needs to go deeper on that left side and maintain all points of contact. Does he make it? 2 to 1, a good lift. Still 1 yellow for the left side.
The bar is loaded.
And I think that is for the butt lifting off the bench. It seems to me that it is pretty clear on the replay and the jury agrees. The lift has been overruled. And with only one attempt to go, Marcus Silbaum is yet to be on the board. 162.5 for Søren Glenn Madsen from Denmark. 7.5 kilo jump. And this time he wasn't there. Quick peek at the replay.
And the bar is loaded.
And just looked like he pushed too straight out of the chest. Wasn't able to lock it out. Might only be a technical issue. He could be strong enough to correct the matter. A 5 kilo jump for Maxim Skirpkin from Ukraine. Make it 170. That's a proper second attempt for Maxim.
There is
3 white lights, a good lift. You can see that he stabilizes the bar really quickly to receive a fast press command from the chief referee. In the bench press event, 3 command: the start, the press and the rack. The chief referee dictates the pace. Now on the platform, Arison Asena from Iceland retaking 170, sorry, he's retaking 170 after missing it on his opener by not getting the start command. This time the butt is on the bench. And he gets it. 3 white lights.
177.5 kilos on the bar for Daniel Emil Insing, followed by Start Ben Morales.
So only one lifter is yet to be on the board.
Is loaded.
It's Margus Silbaum. Looking to increase his total by 10 kilos, Daniel Emil Using from Denmark, 177.5. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Our final second event of the season, 182.5 for Rui start, followed by Morales and Savic.
182.5 for Rudy Stark from Slovenia.
And the bar is loaded.
Bar is loaded for what would be a 2.5 kilo personal best.
I'm Rudy.
Two to one, a good lift. Lack of depth for the left hand side referee. From the back, I must admit it does look pretty good. That closes out the second round of bench press for the 93C group. The biggest bench so far is 182.5 already stuck. $155, the last attempt of Colin Morales, 2.5 kilo jump. I almost thought he had it, but once the wrist rolled, it was gonna be too hard to recover. No lift. See that left wrist? Right there it rolls, and he's done.
Followed by Silbon and Glenn Madsen.
Preparing for his last attempt is Maciej Salic from Croatia, 157.5, 5 kilo jump. You know that moment when you're waiting for the correct part of the song to play before lifting? I think this is exactly what was going on here. And he still has plenty of time to receive the start command. 30 seconds. I think it was the correct song choice because he gets it. 3 white lights, a good lift.
160 kilos on the bar once again.
Now a pivotal attempt.
And this one is important, ladies
Hopefully
and gentlemen. He needs
this
to get
one
to stay in the
will
competition.
pass,
Bar
because
is
otherwise
loaded.
Margus Silbum won't be able to register a total in the competition, and that would also invalidate his record, his European Master 1 squat record. So multiple good reasons to pass that attempt. 160 for a third time for Margus Silbum. Is third time the charm? Yes, 3 white lights is on the board, in utter disbelief as to what happened for him in the bench press event. But he's on the board, and his record will stand. 162.5 now for Søren Glenn Madsen from Denmark. He missed it during his second attempt on what looked like a technical issue. Pushing too straight out of the chest. Let's see if he can correct the matter. Turns out he can't, unfortunately. No lift, 1 for 3 in the bench press event.
165 kilos on the bar for Yaka Peter the Gladiator. Followed by Slikin and Asena. The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for what would be a 5 kilo personal best for Jaka Pikl from Slovenia. deadlift for Yaka Pico.
175 kilos on the bar for Maxim Skripkin, followed by Asena and Usin. The bar is loaded.
Bar is now loaded for Maxim Skirkin, the Ukrainian, attempting 175. A 5 kilo jump for 2.5 kilo personal best. Come on. And I think he gets it. Yes, he does. 3 white lights, a good lift. 6 for 6 so far. A new personal best in the squat event. A new personal best in the bench press event. Great outing of the Ukrainian. A 10 kilo jump now for Harrison Asena from Iceland. That would also be for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Meet the standards quickly to preserve energy. And that's a great sink. 3 white lights. He's been looking strong today. Looking forward to seeing what he has in store for us in the deadlift event. 2 more bench presses to go in the 93C group. 182.5 for Daniel Emil Yusing from Denmark. That would also be a 2.5 kilo personal best. Three white lights. A good lift, a new PR for him. Final attempt of the 93 kilo C group. It's 187.5 for the Slovenian Rudy Stark. 5 kilo jump for a 5 kilo personal best. And unfortunately that sink won't go up this time. No lift.
We are moving straight on into the B group.
I think it was just a case of strength here. Technique looked great. So for the time being, before the B and the A group, Daniel Emil Yusing from Denmark leading the class with 182.5, up with the same weight but slightly heavier on body weight. Rudy Stark in second position, followed by Harrison Asena with 180. We will now be heading straight into the 93B group with 9 athletes. Openers ranging from 150 to 185. And the first one out is Valentino Maras from Croatia. 3 white lights, a good lift.
165 kilos on the bar for Jacob Belak, followed by Madden and Blackmore.
To open with 165 is Jakub Belak from Slovakia. Let's hope his first attempt in the bench press event goes better than his first attempt in the squat event that had to be overruled by the jury for lack of depth. Hard to argue against that. 3 white lights. Jakub is on the board.
He and Madden match 172.5 to be followed by Blackmore and Temesfari. The bar is
Next out is Ian Madden from Ireland, 172.5. He's had a great squat event with a massive 307.5. Looking to keep the momentum going and build onto that great squat event. And it's a good lift.
Aaron Blackmore next on 175. Followed by Temesfari and Santos. The bar is loaded.
Bar is loaded for his fellow Irish, Aaron Blackmore, 175. Another great opener. It's a good lift.
177.5 on the bar for Thomas Temesfari. The bar is loaded.
Now 177.5 for Tamas Temesfari from Hungary. He had a slow start in the squat event. Now he's well onto the competition. We need a better start in the bench press event from him. Three white lights, a good lift.
3 white lights in the Gucci. Bruno Santos next at 182.5. Followed by Joost and Carasson. The bar is loaded.
We will now be having 182.5 twice, and the first one for someone who's had a really great day in the squat event, Bruno Santos from Portugal. Solid opener from the Portuguese, 3 white lights, a good lift.
182.5 stays on the bar for Thomas Joost.
And like I've said, we have a second attempt, sorry, at 182.5 from Thomas Jost, the Austrian. Shaky elbows, but still a very controlled eccentric.
White
Great
lights
bench
in the
press.
good lead.
3 white lights, a good lift. The last two openers
185 on the
both
bar
being
for
185.
Alexander
We have
Caso,
Alexander
to be followed by
Carlson and
Roman
Luigi Barone.
Maras. The bar is loaded.
And bar is loaded for the first one of the two. Alexander Carlson from Iceland. Opening very close to his personal best of 187.5. Let's hope he's not flying too close to the sun and that he made great progress in the gym. Two to one, a good lift, a lack of depth for the right side referee.
Which indicates that the bar is loaded for
We'll have a
Luigi
look at the
Barone,
replay.
185.
And I think I can agree with that call from the right side referee. That right elbow did look kind of high. And the precision we've seen on the way up that his bar clipped the rack. If the contact isn't judged helpful by the referees, it is not to be signaled as a technical foul. Now Luigi Barone from Italy, 185. Very snappy attempt. 3 white lights. He's on the board.
Lights in the good lead. Moving it down to 157.5 on the bar for Valentino Maras, to be followed by Bela and Madden.
Elbows looking borderline. You don't want to make it
Ready for
higher than
Valentino
this for Luigi Barone, but for now he's leading the class in the bench press event. And second round has already started. Valentino Maras is on the platform for 157.5, a 7.5 kilo jump. A good lift.
The 3 white lights in the good lead. 175 on the bar for Jakub Velak, followed by Madden and Pensari. Bar is loaded.
175 for Jakub Belak, a 10 kilo jump for the Slovakian. His registered bench is 167.5. That would mean a 7.5 kilo personal best on his second attempt. And this one is still looking great for the young sensation Jakub Belak.
180 kilos for Kian Madden.
And if he keeps on going, he might be looking at a top 8 finish, showing his face in the A group for his first year in the Open as a 19-year-old. On the platform now is Ian Madden, the Irish, for 180, 7.5 kilo jump. He's looking good. He's looking really good. 3 white lights for the Irish.
182.5 for Thomas Temesvari. The bar is loaded. To be followed by
Next out is Tamas Temesvari from Hungary, a 5 kilo jump from 177.5 to 182.5. Still kind of far from his personal best of 192.5. Smart adjustments being made to adapt to what you have on the day. No need to overreach. and lose unnecessary kilos. Great sink. To the one, a good lifts, but a yellow from the right side referee.
182.5 for Aaron
From the
Blackmore.
side, it
The
is
bar
usually the butt lifting off the
loaded.
bench. But from the front, that
Followed
look
by Santos
good.
and Job.
The jury has overruled. They have all the angles in the world, and they've seen the butt lifting off the bench. It will be ruled a no lift for the Hungarian. 7.5 kilo jump for a match personal best for Aaron Blackmore from Highland. 182.5. It's a good lift.
190 kilos in the bar for Bruno Santos, followed by Joost and Barone. The bar is loaded.
Bar is loaded for the Portuguese Bruno Santos. 7.5 kilo jump. Adjusting the feet stance, finding the proper routing for a proper leg drive. So key in the bench press. More of a grinder at lockouts, but still a great bench press. 3 white lights, a good lift.
192.5 on the bar for Thomas Joost, followed by Barone
He doesn't
and
seem too happy
Carasson.
with that one. You might have been expecting more out of him.
The bar is loaded.
But like I said, you need to adapt on the day to collect as many kilos as you can. Now sitting on the bench is Thomas Jost from Austria. 10 kilo jump from 182.5 to 192.5. And the Austrians seem to be happy with that one.
192.5
3 white lights, a good lift.
Barone, followed by Carasson and Mar. The bar is loaded.
And once again, that meet is so fast paced. Thanks to the Spanish loading crew. They've been so good, so precious for this 2025 European Classic Powerlifting Championship. And now setting up is Luigi Barone from Italy, 192.5. 7.5 kilo jump. Depth was borderline during his first attempt. It looked just about the same, so it should pass because it passed the first time. And it will. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Second attempt, 195 on the bar for Alexander
And
Carasson.
what can he load for his third? Maybe 197.5?
The bar is loaded.
But as you can see on the replay, you don't want that right elbow to be any higher than this. A 10 kilo jump for Alexander Carasson from Iceland to close out the second round of bench for the 93B group. 195 for a massive personal best of 7.5. Let's see it. He's gonna get it. 3 white lights, a good lift.
To finish off round 2.
And these bench presses have been going great for the 93B group.
For 160 kilos to be followed by 3 laps in Temeswari. And the bar is loaded.
So for the time being, in third position, Thomas Schotz, second, Luigi Barone, and leading the group with yet to see the A group, which we'll see later on in the afternoon at 4, Alexander Carlson with 195. The smallest jump possible for Valentino Maras, 2.5 to make it 160. And it still looks great. 3 white lights, a good lift.
160 kilos. And they start for round 3. They start at 182.5 for Jakob Bela, to be followed by Temeswari, then Madden. And the bar is loaded.
Back on the platform for another personal best attempt is Jakub Belak. Mind you, his personal best before this competition was 167.5. He's already standing on 175, aiming to take a shot at 182.5. And he's been looking good today. 3 white lights, a new personal best for Jakub Belak.
1.5 on the bar for Tamas Temeswari, followed by Madden and Blackmore. The bar is loaded.
182.5 for Tamas Temeswari from Hungary. He missed it during his second attempt, got overruled by the jury. No room for doubt. Expectations are high. To meet the standards is critical during that third attempt. How about this one? 2-1, a good lift, but a blue card from the chief referee. Could that be for one of the elbows not properly extended? A lockout? Not so sure. But for now, another 7.5 kilo jump for Cian Madden. He opened on 172.5 and is now taking a shot at 187.5 for 2.5 kilo personal best. Another great bench press, 3 white lights, a good lift.
For Aaron Blackmore, followed by Santos and Jos. The bar is loaded.
His fellow Irish Aaron Blackmore for 190. He opened on 175. Got 182.5 on his second, which was a personal best. Looking to improve by 7.5 kilos. Come on. And yes, that is 3 white lights. A good lift.
192.5 on the bar for Bruno Santos, followed by Jos and Barone. The bar is
4 more
loaded.
bench presses to go. We have Bruno Santos for 192.5. The smallest jump of 2.5 kilos. Sensible decision, considering he was not very happy with his second attempt. Come on!
Come on, come on.
And that was indeed the right call for Bruno
That
Santos.
is well fought.
Three white lights say good lifts.
197.5 for Thomas Jos, followed by
That
Barone
lockout was hard,
Carson.
but he managed to lock it out without any downwards movement whatsoever.
The bar is
Nicely
loaded.
done. 197.5 twice now, the first one being for Thomas Jost from Austria, a 5 kilo jump for a match personal best. I think his fingers weren't properly covering the rings. 5 seconds to receive the start command. And I think that might have guessed him out.
That is going to be a no lead, unfortunately. 197.5.
And the
second
coach
bar,
doesn't seem to understand what happened there.
Followed by Alexander Carson. The bar is loaded.
Now on the platform is Luigi Barone from Italy, 197.5, 5 kilo jump for a 5 kilo personal best. Not today for the Italian, it was too heavy.
On the bar for our last bench press attempt. For Alexander Carson, Iceland.
The last bench press of the 93B group is the first attempt at 200 kilos for Alexander Carson. That would give him the lead before we see the 93A group later on in the afternoon. "20 seconds for Alexander Carlson to receive the start command. He does. And I'm gonna be waiting for the lights. 2-1, a good lift. Lack of death signal by the right side referee. So we'll take a look at that replay. I'm gonna have to agree with that side ref. But I'm not a member of the jury, and the jury has to be unanimous for the bench to be overturned. And they don't want to seem to intervene. So for the time being, in third position, Bruno Santos with 192.5, with the same weight but lighter on body weight, the Italian Luigi Barone, and leading the class, Alexander Carasson with 200 kilos. But we have great benchers in the A group, so the rankings are going to move all around later on in the day. For now, we'll be back in 9 minutes for deadlifts. See you then. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live from Malaga, Spain for the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championship. The ending of the first flight of the day, the 93C and B group. Things have been going well for our competitors. We'll be looking at the running order of the deadlifts, openers ranging from 262.5 to 300 already in the 93C group. The clock has stopped 1 minute now until Rudy Stark starts his deadlift 262.5, the opener for the Slovenian. And that pleases the referees. 3 white lights, a good lift. Total secured. Next out is the man who has PR'd on every lift so far, Arison Azena from Iceland. 272.5 being his opener. It's a good lift. Really, for these deadlift openers, you just want to secure the total and see what you have on the day. And let's see what Colin Morales from Switzerland has on the day. 272.5, his opener. It's a good lift, 3 white lights.
275 for Maxim People and Salic, you ready?
Two and a half more on the board for Maxim Skepkin from Ukraine. Also one of those lifters who's had a great day. He's on 6 for 6 as we speak, pinning with 275. And judging by the chalk on his thumb, I'm expecting a hook grip here. It seems to be the case. The hook grip is where you wrap your thumb with your other fingers. It is very painful, but it makes for a very secure grip. 3 white lights, a good lift.
180 kilos on the bar for Jaka Tikkel, followed by Salic and Using. The bar is loaded.
Jaka Pikol on the platform to open with 280. Solid opener, a good lift. Same weight for Matej Salic from Croatia.
The bar is loaded.
Semi-sumo position with the hook grip. Seemed pretty efficient to me. 3 white lights, a good lift, and 3 more
290
openers to
kilos
go.
going on the bar for Daniel
290,
Emil
295,
Yusen,
and
always sleep-bound, and Glenn
300.
Madsen.
And the first one of those 3 goes to Daniel Emil Yusen
Bar
from
is
Denmark.
loaded.
It's a good lift.
White lights in a good lift. 295 on the
So
bar
far, so
for
good.
Margus Silbaum, followed by
Let's hope
James Madsen
Margus
and
Silbaum, the Estonian, doesn't scare us as much as he did during the bench press.
Bar
He was
is
fresh off a
loaded.
record as a Master 1 in the squad event. Almost bombed out in the bench for lack of depth and the butt lifting off the bench. Finally got his 3rd attempt. He's opening with 295. Good enough. 3 white lights is on the board. The total is secured.
Opener of the C group, 300
The last one
kilos
to
for
open is
Madsen.
Søren Glenn Madsen from Denmark with a
Bar is
well-rounded
loaded.
300 kilos opener. And the Danish support crew seems to love it. 300 kilos opener. That is something. Very efficient technique. Solid opener. I think he's due for a personal best here today. His registered PB is 317.5. It might only be his 2nd attempt. So obviously he's leading the class at the moment, followed by Margus Silbaum and Daniel Emil Yusen, but still a lot of deadlift to go, with 2 more attempts for these gentlemen and 3 attempts for both the BNDA group later on in the day. Second round starts with Rudy Stark from Slovenia, 275, 12.5 kilo jump.
Ajmo Rudi Viličar.
And will this one pass? No, it won't.
There's gonna be a
All 3 colors signaled by the refs. Lack of lockout, missing the down command, and downwards movement. Red, yellow, and blue. .285, a 10 kilo jump from Maxim Skirkin from Ukraine. Three white lights.
A good lead. 285 on the bar for Colin Morales, to be followed by Asena and Pico, and the bar is loaded.
Same weight for Colin Morales from Switzerland. Still very controlled. 3 white lights.
287.5 on the bar for Tyson Asena, followed by Kiko and Salic. The bar is loaded.
Bars now loaded for Arizona Senna, 287.5. Seems like he's pacing for another personal best. Let's see how this one moves. Oh yeah, he has more in the tank. 3 white lights, a good lift.
295 on the bar for Iyaka Pico, followed by Salic and Usin.
Next out for a 15 kilo jump is Jaka Pico from Slovenia.
The bar
His
is
personal best is
loaded.
302.5. It looks like he's also pacing for it.
Alma Gladiator.
3 white lights, a good lift.
300 kilos.
Yup, multiple guys look like they are pacing for a personal best in the 93C group.
Loaded.
300 kilos for Maciej Salic, a 20 kilo jump. This one's to match his personal best. And that satisfies the referees. 3 white lights, a good lift. Like I said, a lot of guys are pacing for personal best here today. Now, 307.5 for Daniel Emil Using. This one's to match his personal best in the deadlift event, but to beat his previous personal best in total by 7.5 kilos.
The bar is loaded.
Three white lights, a good lift, a new personal best in total with 757.5.
Bar is loaded.
Bars now loaded for Soren Glet Madsen from Denmark from 300 to 312.5. He's looking strong in the deadlift event. He's looking strong. 3 white lights, a good lift.
315 kilos for Markus Silva of Estonia. The bar
Next out is the master one of the flight, Margus Silban from Estonia. 20 kilo jump for 315. Two to one, a good lift. Lack of lockout signal by the right side referee.
For institution lockout. And we are moving on into our final round, 275 on the bar once again.
I'd say that was 50-50. It is arguable for and against.
Followed by Morales and Skripkin.
I'm not sure what the jury thinks of it yet. They're still discussing it. And they seem to be happy with that one. So he's leading the class for the time being. Third attempt have came in. They'll be ranging from 275 to 330. And starting off now with Ridistok from Slovenia. Two to one, a good lift. Lack of lockout for the left side referee. The exact angle that is shown on the replay is what got called for lack of lockout. I think it's for the right shoulder, and the jury has overruled, and I can only agree with them. No lift for Stark. Next out is Colin Morales from Switzerland, 292.5, a 7.5 kilo jump, quite under his personal best of 305.5. Should be doable. Come on, keep on pulling. And I'm not so sure that is locked out. No, it's not. And I think he knew. Unfortunately, no lift for the Swiss. Bar is being brushed by the spotters as written in the rulebook. This is to optimize and try and extract maximum performance out of our lifters. No residue of chalk or baby powder on the bar for the third attempt. $295 for Maxim Skipkin from Ukraine. 10 kilo jump for personal best in total of 7.5 kilos. And that was a great deadlift. 3 white lights and a well-rounded performance for Maxim Skipkin.
Next group lifters, you have 3 attempts to change your openers. 3 attempts to change your openers.
Next lifter out is the sensation of the C group, Arison Asena from Iceland. He had massive PRs on both the squat and the bench. He's looking to do the same thing in the deadlift event, loading up 300 kilos. His registered personal best is 292.5. He has improved by approx 7.5 kilos per movement. That would give him 757.5, a personal best total. And as the Icelandic would say, yo, 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 Asena, come on, pull it. Let's see what the referees think about his shoulders. They think it's locked out. 3 white lights, a good lift, a massive PR for the Icelandic. Congrats on such a great performance. 5 more deadlifts to go in the 93C group. We have 305 for Yaka Pico. He opened with 280. Now loading 305 for 2.5 kilo personal best. Bars loaded. And I think technique broke down, and he does have that personal best in him for today. No lift.
For Mackay starting. This is the last attempt to change your openers for the B group. Last attempt, last chance to change your openers.
Now it is Matthias Salik's turn to try and pull 315, a 15 kilo jump for a 15 kilo personal best in the deadlift event. And in total.
Bar is loaded.
Does he have that in him? He was so efficient with his deadlift technique. But 15 more kilos makes a world of a difference. Let's see it, Mattia, come on.
I'm off.
And that 15 kilo jump might have been too greedy. No lift for the Croatian. Still, we have 3 more great deadlifts for us lined up in the 93C group. Daniel Emil Using from Denmark, 317.5, a 10 kilo jump for a 10 kilo personal best. He has already PR'd his total. That would increase it by 10 kilos. And he might have done it. 3 white lights, a good lift. PRs across the board. And this is only the C group, ladies and gentlemen. Elite levels of performance already, with a lot more deadlift to go. 325, the last attempt of Soren Glenn Madsen. It's 12.5 kilo jump for a 7.5 kilo personal best for the Danish. He's 25 years old, only been competing 2 years and already attempting to pull 325. That is crazy. That is crazy, but not impossible. Especially looking at what he's done previously with that 312.5. know that in the deadlift event, lifters tend to find another gear. The last attempt of the day for Soren. He's not going to be able to lock it out. No lift, but it was very close. And now something crazy, something absolutely massive. An attempt at a World Master 1 record for the Estonian Margus Silbaum. 330 kilos. He has hit a European Master 1 record in the squat event. Struggled a bit in the bench press event, but that would erase his struggles and put the cherry on top of his performance. An attempt at a World Master 1 record for Margus Silbaum from Estonia, 15 kilo jump. That's something is done domestically, but to do it on the international platform is another ball game. But he can do it. The intensity has rose. It is now time for Margus Silbaum to take the matter into his own hand and pull on that World Master 1 record. Seconds to make the bar move. Grip it. And it is not here today. He gasses out at the end of the competition. No Master 1 record for him, but it still works out with a great performance. Ends up with a 767.5 kilo total, which matches the best total of the 93 C group. And he walks out with a European Master 1 record in the squat event. Nothing to be ashamed about for Margus Silbaum. The bar is being brushed and will be directly jumping into the 93 B group. A lot more deadlift action to go. I can already see the Portuguese getting hyped behind the curtain to get onto that platform. Openers are in. They range from 265 to 310. Bar loaded for Bruno Santos. Very explosive deadlift. A good lift. Next out is Valentino Maras from Croatia, 275. His registered best deadlift is 312.5. So either I would advise you not to blink because this one's going to be fast, or something happened in training. He might not be in full form today for deadlifts, but still 275, a good lift. 5 more kilos for Cian Madden from Ireland, 280 loaded on the bar. He's had a great day, matched his personal best in the squat event, PR'd in the bench press event with 187.5. Let's see what he has in store for us in the deadlift event. Might have lost balance at the top here. No lift. What do you do in that case? Because the lift looked easy. Do you bump up the second attempt a bit? Do you risk it all by
The
putting
bar
in the
is
original
loaded.
second attempt, or do you
Followed by
retake it?
Saxo and
3
Kilo.
possibilities for the Irish crew to decide from. Let's see what they load up. And in the meantime, we have Tamas Temesferrari from Hungary attempting 280. Bit sticky at lockout, but it goes
Pennywise nice and a good lift.
enough
Alexander
for 3
Karasona
white lights, a good
going
lift.
for 285. Will
And
be
looks like
followed by Jakub
Sienmaden, the
Blackmore.
Irish, has decided to go for a 10 kilo
Bar
jump
is
anyways.
loaded.
Next out now is Karasan Alexander, 285 for the Icelandic. His registered personal best is 312.5. Does he have that in store for us today? Looks like he might. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Same weight on the bar. Thomas Jos.
Just a little head nod to his coach saying, yes, we will follow the plan. Load
Bar is
it
loaded.
up. Same weight for Thomas Jost from Austria. Not the best wedge at the bottom. The hips kicked back a bit more than anticipated, but still a good lift.
290 kilos for Aaron Blackmore. Followed by Galak and
3 more
Barone.
openers to go, 290 and 310 twice. But the 290 goes to Aaron Blackmore from Ireland. He would match his personal best total just with this opener. That shows you the kind of day he's having.
And the bar is loaded.
Easy, very easy, and that matches his personal best total with 2 more deadlifts attempts to go. Can he get to 800?
To wrap up round 1, then Sander.
Now lifter that keeps on progressing, Jakub Belak, the Slovakian, the 19-year-old, fresh off the sub-juniors, opening just 5 kilos shy of his personal best of 315. What can you say? What can you say? He's just so good. 19-year-old competing in the open. You can only tip your hat to that. That lockout is not the best for Jakub Belak. No lift.
Unfortunately for Jakub due
and he signaled that he might have felt a contraction in his left pec at lockout, which might explain why it was not that convincing. See what happens, but we have one last opener and it goes to Luigi Barone from Italy, opening with 310, 5 kilos above his personal best. Was that a risky move or a sensible decision? Looks like it was the latter. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Moving to round 2, 287.5 on the bar for Bruno Santos, to be followed by Madden and Temesvari.
Yeah, that looked like a first attempt. Second round starts with the Portuguese Bruno Santos to 87.5. Pretty big jump of 22.5 kilos.
Bar is loaded.
It's a good lift. He makes easy work of that big jump.
290 kilos going with the bar for Kian Madden.
Now we have Cian Madden, who made the risky move of bumping up his attempt by 10 kilos after losing balance at the top of his opener. It makes for a second attempt of 290. Should be doable considering his best deadlift is 305.
Bar is loaded.
Still not the most balanced lockout.
Unfortunately,
There will be
referee
no
opted
lift.
for insufficient lockout.
2 to 1. And I think that lockout was wobbly and a bit insufficient. It's going to be hard to argue for.
The bar is loaded for Thomas Temesvari, 290 kilos, to be followed by Marat
Coach is still discussing it with the jury. I have the best seats in the house to see what the jury is thinking. They have 2 screens for the replay. They are explaining their point of view to the Irish coach. But this time it won't be overturned. And in the meantime, Thomas Temesvari is pulling 290. 2 to 1, a good lift, but blue light signaled by the left side referee. We'll have a look at the replay to try and see what that would be for. Might have been just a slight bit of supporting on the thighs, but I'm not so sure. Now for a 20 kilo jump, Valentino Maras out of Croatia, 295. Three white lights, a good lift.
300 kilos on the bar for Thomas Jos, followed by Carasson and Vela.
Back in the 300s with Thomas Jos from Austria, a 15 kilo jump. Bars loaded. Lifters have every right to roll the bar around the platform to find their favorite spot. Secure the hook grip before pulling the slack and wedging. Still not the most convincing lockout, but this one will pass. 3 white lights, a good lift. We're gonna see on the replay that the shoulders started rolling forward, and I'm worried that as the weight gets heavier, they're gonna get pulled even more. $20 kilo jump for the Icelandic Alexander Karason from 285 to 305.
The bar is loaded.
That would give him a personal best total of 785 with one more attempt to go. Let's see it, Alexander, come on. Three white lights, a good lift. What does he has left in store? Because that looks slower off the ground, but still pretty fast at lockout. But that left knee seemed to have wanted to unlock. The shoulders also. That was very much stopping strength. We'll see. Now a critical attempt for Jakub Belak, reattempting 310. He missed it for lack of lockout.
Bar is loaded.
He's been looking so strong. PR'd in the squat, PR'd in the bench. You need to meet the standards with this deadlift. We know for sure he has the strength. His left pec seemed to have contracted too much for him to be able to lock out. You can see he seems to be moving his left arm to try and release some of that tension. It's time. Lock it out. It looks a bit better. And it is. 3 white lights, a good lift. I mean, I think he can load up whatever he wants now. He looks so strong. 2 more deadlifts in the second round. An Irish and an Italian, Aaron Blackmore and Luigi Barone. It is 310, a 20-kilo jump for Aaron Blackmore. This wants to match his personal best in a deadlift event, but for a 20-kilo personal best in total, make it 800. Will that be good enough? No, it won't. That left hand gave up on the bar right before the down command. Heartbreaking because it was there. But you can see the bar starting to go down before the command, but the jury has overruled. They seem to think that the bar went down after the command. So 800 and a 20-kilo personal best in total for the Irish, Aaron Blackmore. Nicely done. Now 330 for Luigi Barone, a 20-kilo personal best. And mind you, he already opened on a 5-kilo personal best. So this is 25 more than what he had registered before the comp. But grip caves up. No lift for the Italian. Showing his hand. I think he might be done for the day. If calluses have torn in his hand, that might be a wrap. We'll see. So as we speak, leading the deadlifts is still Daniel Emil Using with 317.5, followed by Margus Silbaum with 315, and right behind him, Soen Glenn Madsen with 312.5, all three being from the C group. But we have 9 more attempts to go in the B group, starting off with Cian Madden attempting once again that 390. We won't see a PR for him today, neither in the deadlift or in total. He just needs to find his balance at lockout. Lock it out. And no, I think the issue is the same. And he's gonna be bombing out in the deadlift event. Unable to lock out any of his deadlifts. And still, with the frustration, showing great sportsmanship and thanking the referees for their time and their involvement in the sports. Great example to follow. Unfortunate for Cian Madden. The last attempt of Tamas Temesferrari of Hungary, 295, 5 kilo jump. That's a nice way to end the competition on a nice fight in the deadlift. It's 2-1, a good lift. That same blue light on the left side. From the front, it does look really good. Just sticky at lockout, but no supporting on the thighs. The lift will stand for the Hungarian. Bars now loaded for Bruno Santos. 302.5. This one's for 7.5 kilo personal best in the deadlift event. He already PR'd his total. That will give him 795. Almost 800 when he's only been competing 2 years. A great outing by the Portuguese. One last pull, come on. He's done it. 3 white lights. A good lift, 795. Great improvements from the Portuguese. Next lifter out is from Croatia, Valentino Maras, 302.5. He opened with 275, made a 20 kilo jump. He's now making a 7.5 kilo jump. Asking for the bar to be rolled backwards. He found this spot on the platform where he feels comfortable. And the spotters and loaders have adjusted the bar positioning. He's ready, the bar's loaded for him. Oh, wow! This one's gonna be 50-50 in terms of decision. Yeah, 2-1, a no lift. Chief referee seems to be happy with it, but the two side referees have seen both downwards movement and supporting on the thighs. Jury's shaking their head. The lift will stand as a no lift. A great fight nonetheless. And now we have 5 more attempts. Oh, very heavy. From 312.5 to 335.
And the bar is
Bar is loaded
loaded.
for Thomas Yost. 12.5 kilo jump.
Our starts.
Thomas, leave that third missed bench in the past and get that third deadlift. Wow!
Yeah.
Nice. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Good lift. 315 kilos going to the bar for Aaron Blackmore.
Great fight.
To be followed by Carasol and Barone.
Now a 315 for Aaron Blackmore. He almost missed 310 on grip, but it got overturned to a good lift by the jury because he met the down command. Looking to improve his total
The bar
by
is
5 kilos
loaded.
after PRing by 20 kilos. He has a 800 kilo total. He's forecasted second in the class. Obviously, none of the A group members have even squatted yet. But still, 800 kilos. And this one's for 805.
Come on, Aaron. Come
Secure
on.
the hand on the bar and keep on pulling. And this time the bar drops. No lift. It was stopping strength. We knew it was going to be 50-50. He pulls it up, but unable to maintain the lockout. 3 more deadlifts to go. In the 93B group, Alexander Carlson, 320, a 15 kilo jump for a 7.5 kilo personal best in the deadlift event and a 15 kilo personal best in total. He's had a great day. He needs to conclude it in the best way possible. Make it convincing. Watch out for that left knee and those shoulders. You have the strength. Make it pleasing to the referee's eyes. Come on. And it won't pass the knees. No lift for the Icelandic. Next out is a lifter who missed his second attempt. He made a 20 kilo jump from his opener to the second. So we'll see what happened with that third. But it is 330 kilos for Luigi Barone. He already PR'd his total and his deadlift. Can you imagine what 20 more kilos onto that would look like? It would make it 800. I don't think you can make it more short than this. Creepy hands. For a strong deadlift, Luigi Barone. Unfortunately, no. He mentioned his hand were a bit hurt, so no third deadlift for him. He'll stand on his opener of 310 and a 780 kilo total. Next out and last out is a lifter that I've mentioned to be impressively progressing, from competition to competition. I would like to remind you that he's only 19 years old, fresh off the sub-juniors, where he holds the world record. He's asking for the support of the crowd. His personal best in the deadlifting competition is 315. He's loaded 20 more kilos than that. 335 for Jakub Belak, the young sensation of the 93s. Facing the opens, looking for 12.5 kilo total. He's capable of this. Let's see it, Jakob. Lock it out! And he's unable to do so. No lift for Jakub Belak, and that pulls him back 25 kilos. He won't be able to show his face in the A group, but it's only a matter of time for this young man who has a great future in front of him. So before the A group starts later on in the day, in third position in the deadlift event, Soren Klent Madsen. Second position, Margus Silbom. And provisional goal to Daniel Emil Yuseng. But we have some great deadlifters in the A group. And in total, with a 800 kilo total, leading the class is Aaron Blackmore from Ireland, followed by Bruno Santos from Portugal, and the Slovakian Jakub Belak. Next fight starts in 15 minutes. We'll have the 105B group, and at 4 in the afternoon, we'll have both the 93A and the 105A group. You really don't want to miss that fight. We'll see you then.